while others are really large in size. Ask how long the largest reptile in the world is.
Animals come in different shapes, sizes, and colors, from the microscopic to the 40-foot bad boys. Whether you're thinking of size in terms of weight, length, or whatever else, some are so undeniably huge that they just deserve to be talked about. This is 100M, and today we are looking at the biggest animals in the world.
Black caiman. The black caiman owns its name because of its dark exterior, which assists them to camouflage itself while hunting at night. It is the largest member of the alligator family. Its habitat is lakes, slow-moving rivers, flooded savannas of the Amazon basin, and in South America. This carnivorous reptile is dangerous for humans because it had attacked them several times in history. Black caiman is known as the largest predator in the Amazon basin because of its ability to prey a variety of fishes, amphibians, mammals, and reptiles. They can grow up to 16 feet in length and weigh about 400 pounds.
Giraffe. If you grew up as the freakishly tall kid in class, then this name might be particularly familiar to you. Giraffes are an example of nature's creativity. These animals are the tallest land animals, and they are so tall that they could easily look into a window of a second-story room without stretching. Although it would be rather odd to find a giraffe standing on its tippy toes. A giraffe can have a neck as long as 6 feet and weigh as much as 600 pounds. Bear in mind, friends, that this is just the neck. As most tall kids might relate, a giraffe is mostly neck and legs. Its legs are also 6 feet long, with the back ones looking shorter than the front legs, although they are in fact the same length. Its heart can be about 2 feet long and can weigh about 25 pounds, and its lungs can hold 12 gallons of air. Also has a small lump on its back, as a camel does, and its body is covered with spots all over. And here's an interesting bit for you to know. A giraffe's spots are unique. They are like its fingerprints, because no two giraffes can have the same spot pattern. Soon, you might find these tallies registering for national ID with these fancy fingerprints, eh? Komodo dragon. Komodo dragons can be found in the harsh climate of Indonesia's Lesser Sunda Islands. Komodo dragons are the largest living lizards in the world, and they are identified by their massive size, flat heads, bowed legs, and thick, long tails. Some people call them land crocodiles, and they might very well be right. Although they are technically called dragons, Daenerys Targaryen won't be riding any of these soon. An average male Komodo dragon can be as long as 8 or even 9 feet, but they sometimes grow as long as 10 feet. Females grow as long as 6 feet. Komodo dragons do not usually attack humans. In fact, Komodo dragon attacks are quite rare. They only go AWOL when their safe space is invaded, which, quite frankly, is overrated. You'd be pretty agitated if someone came trampling all over your natural habitat. All of them come in various colors like blue, green, orange, and very commonly gray. If you do come across a Komodo dragon, do the world a favor and name it Viserion, but don't hold your breath. It definitely won't breathe fire.
Water stingray. Stingrays are dangerous enough, but when you bump into one of them that's more than 4 meters long and weighs half a ton, then you, my friend, will have a big problem. These creatures are found in the deep sea, and most divers wear protective clothing in case they bump into one or any other of the dangerous creatures that live in the waters. Why are they feared so much? These animals are not aggressive. In fact, if you meet one, it'll probably slither away. But they have one of the nastiest venoms in the world, and this particular oversized breed has the ability to break through your bones with its stinger. Flying fox. Are you a fan of bats? Well, if you are, you can get the rarest type of megabats, which happens to be the largest in the world at the heart of Africa. They love to hide in caves and deep forests and will only come out in the dark. The wingspan of one is about 2 meters wide, but they are in no way aggressive, although you may need to handle them with special care, as they carry some of the most dangerous diseases on the earth. Sadly, these creatures are also going extinct due to deforestation and poachers.
Goliath frog. Alright, it seems like we're starting off by going straight for the bullseye. As you can tell, the Goliath frog is obviously huge. The name kinda says it all. Goliath means big, like really big. The Goliath frog is the largest frog the world has ever seen. Seriously, this thing is huge. Goliath frogs can grow as big as 12.5 inches long and can weigh as large as 7 pounds, and sometimes even heavier. These frogs can even grow as big as some house cats. Would you look at that? Funny enough, Goliath frogs don't start out so big. At the tadpole stage, they are normally the same size as every other tadpoles of an average frog, but that's when things get interesting. The baby frogs just keep getting bigger and bigger. It just doesn't stop. By the time they hit full maturity, boom, you have your gigantic frogs. Although these frogs are quite fascinating, there is so much we don't know about them. How long they live, how many species there are. Nature is a fascinating thing. Ostrich. Ugly looking, strange things, aren't they? These birds are the tallest and heaviest birds of all. While it is the largest, it surprisingly cannot fly. Instead, it runs fast, super fast. The ostrich can run as fast as 70 kilometers an hour. In just one stride, this flightless bird can cover up to 16 feet, which is roughly the size of a regular family car, and can keep up a speed of over 30 miles an hour for long distances. The ostrich's short wings work for balance when it stretches them out while running. The ostrich has strong legs that are used for self-defense, and trust me, if this thing gives you a kick, it'll knock the wind right out of you. An ostrich will kick with a force that's great enough to kill a full-grown lion. And, by the way, the story about ostriches burying their heads in the sand when they're trying to hide is a total lie. They're not that stupid, so cut them some slack.
Loggerhead sea turtle. The loggerhead sea turtle belongs to family Chelinidae, and this oceanic turtle is distributed throughout the world. It is named as loggerhead because of its log-like head. Its average weight is 441 pounds, and the average length is 3.2 feet. The location where it is mostly found is the subtropical and tropical regions of Pacific, Indian, and Atlantic Oceans. The female loggerhead sea turtle lays eggs on the beach, sometimes travels 1,000 miles to reach there. The primary food of this turtle is mollusks and crustaceans. They eat these using their powerful jaws and sharp beaks.
Saltwater crocodile. Next up, we have the saltwater crocodile, or the salties, as some people like to call them. Thanks to Steve Irwin, bless his soul, almost all the world thinks Australians make it a hobby to wrestle crocs in their leisure time. However, in real life, not Irwin's perfect reality, saltwater crocodiles are one of the deadliest animals in Australia. To have a title like that, you'd have to be pretty darn strong, and if salties are anything, it's strong. They are also the largest reptiles in the world and grow up to 7 meters long, living for as long as 80 years. They are referred to as opportunistic predators, which means that they literally wait patiently beneath the surface of the water, waiting for prey to wander close, and then BAM! They snap those chompers and attack. These big boys eat just about anything, even sharks. Being the biggest sure comes with dietary perks for these salties, doesn't it? Brown bears. Polar bears. The position of the largest living land carnivore is shared between brown bears and polar bears, weighing a whopping 907 kilograms, about a ton, and reaching up to 10 feet, about 3 meters tall. When standing on their hind legs, they've definitely earned their spot as the biggest. While you'll find brown bears in the forests and mountains of North America, Europe, and Asia, you need to head further north to the Arctic Circle to catch a glimpse of polar bears, who split their time between the sea and ice and feed mostly on seals. Bears are very intelligent animals, and they have extremely superior navigation skills compared to humans with great memories. These big-bodied fur babies are one of the biggest we have ever seen. Whale shark. Alright, we're venturing into the deep dark under, the ocean. Whale sharks, Rhincodon typus, are the largest shark and are actually the largest of any fish alive today. Surprisingly, their preferred diet is not inclusive of the typical human flesh and whatnot you might expect. They feed on plankton and travel large distances to find enough food to sustain their huge size and to reproduce. Whale sharks are found in all the tropical oceans of the world. You might be wondering, what's up with their name anyway? Whale sharks are named so because of the fact that they are so huge that they can be likened to whales, and also the fact that they feed on plankton. These creatures can grow as long as 40 feet and can weigh as much as 11 tons. Imagine how huge that is. Like human fingerprints, whale sharks have a unique pattern of spots that allow individual sharks to be identified. This could be great because these underwater beauties are graceful and for the most part harmless, although they are literally the size of a school bus. The incredible size of these things helps them to survive long migrations to abundant sources of food. Some scientists even believe that some whale sharks can swim across an entire ocean to find food. Sounds like most of us, doesn't it? Colossal squid. It seems like we're stopping by Bikini Bottom to pay Squidward a visit. Okay, just kidding, but you got my point. The colossal squid is a gigantic squid that lives in the deep sea surrounding Antarctica. Not only is it the largest invertebrate on Earth, but the tentacled creature also has the world's largest animal eyes, even larger than those of the great whales. Colossal squids can grow as long as 46 feet, including the length of their body and their tentacles. They can also get as heavy as 1,100 pounds, and as many large species, the females are the larger individuals. As you would expect, these huge squids have tentacles covered with suckers that have strong, sharp hooks that they use in capturing prey and also fight off predators that might try to harm them. Although with that size, you'd wonder why anything would want to attack them considering how big they are. Here's a fun fact you might like to know. Colossal squids have been suspected to have years and years of bad blood with sperm whales. Many southern sperm whales are covered with scars from colossal squid hooks. Turns out these guys are the OGs, you might say. Anaconda. The anaconda is the second largest animal on our list today. Now, we're not talking about the one that haunted Jennifer Lopez in the movie, or the one that Nicki Minaj was particularly overzealous about. We are talking about the largest snake the world has ever seen. Anacondas are a group of large, water-loving snakes that are typically found in the tropics of South America. Anacondas, as you might know, are very large. They have been reliably measured to be over 30 feet and sometimes even larger. The young ones often grow rapidly, almost reaching a third of their peak length at just the age of 3. Here's another fun fact: anacondas are not venomous. Rather than kill with venom, they use constriction instead to subdue their prey. It literally grabs the animal in its jaws and locks it with its teeth. The anaconda coils around the prey, squeezing the life out of it. Although, now that I actually think about it, I'm pretty sure that was not a fun fact.
You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell.
The blue whale. Number 1 on our list is the blue whale. These are the largest animals ever known to have lived on Earth, even bigger than the extinct megalodon, which was estimated to be about 60 feet. The blue whales can be as large as 100 feet and can be as heavy as 200 tons. Now that is some serious heavyweight. This might sound insane, but their tongues alone can weigh as much as an elephant. Their hearts are also large, sometimes as heavy as an automobile. Blue whales feed exclusively on tiny shrimp-like animals called krill. The blue whale has a broad, flat head with a long, tapered body. They are excellent and graceful swimmers that get pretty fast when they're agitated. You don't want to be on the receiving end of that agitation. Okay, here we are, the end of this video. If you have made it this far, many thanks to you. Make sure to smash that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. That instantly gets you 100 years of good luck. You're welcome. Cheerio.